Hello everyone, this is our next video of PCNSA series. In this video we are going to learn configuration management, and this will be the actions load, save, import and export. So let's start with the revert. So in the revert section, this option restores the default snapshot of the candidate configuration. Save candidate configuration and save at the top right of the web interface. This option restore the last saved candidate configuration from local device. So it means that let's say you have made 1 changes, 2 changes and 3 changes. So let's start remove it. Let's the 2 and then 3. So if you click the revert button, this you have clicked it OK, saved. This you have clicked OK and saved. During this option you did not save it on the candidate configuration. So once you revert it, it will back to this configuration snapshot. So that is the mention here. The option restore the default snapshot of the candidate configuration. Save candidate configuration or save at the web interface. The option restore the last save candidate configuration. So it means that it saved the last save the configuration. So I just show you. Let me log into my VM. So to navigate this panel, you need to click the devices, setup and operations. So here we will see revert, save, load, export, import. So we will go through one by one. So I am on this revert to the last save configuration. Let's say I am going to create a one policy, and what I will do after creating a policy, I will do the revert last save candidate configuration. I will do the net also. Let's create a one policy ABC revert, and then I will take as any, because this is for the testing purpose. We just take any. Every other action is any. So ABC revert, I selected this one. So now the second I will create a one net rule also. And there is option here. If I select revert, then it will revert. If I say save, then these changes will save. Or else if we not click the save, then these changes will not save. And the second option, let's say I made a one policy which is here. I will just show you. Then I will create a net policy, and that configuration I will not save it. Then I will show you the effect of this. So I have created this ABC revert. So now I am going to save this configuration. Okay. So this is the configuration I have saved. And now if you notice, this config saved to .snapshot.xml. Now what I will do, I will go to the net policy and I will create a net policy also. So what I will do, I will create a test revert net, and now I will take any zone to complete the policy, and the translation type we take as a none or under, just save it. So my agenda to show you the revert action. So now I made a two actions. The first action, I create a one policy and I save using these options. This I created this ABC revert and I save using this save options. Second action, what I did, I create a net policy, but after creating a net policy, I have not saved the configuration using this option. So this is here on the top of the Palo Alto page. This is here. So let's quickly show you also. This is the here. If you click here, and then you will take the revert changes and save changes. So now what I will do, I will just do the revert action. So after, if I go to the revert action, so my net policy will be removed and my policy will be there, because of the it will load the snapshot.default which I just discussed. This is the snapshot.xml. So this will load on the Palo Alto. So this configuration being reverted, please check for the task manager. So this is the task manager. So when we perform the actions, it will show on the task manager here. So now if I go to the policy section, so you will notice that my net policy is removed, but my policy will be there because after creating a net policy I did not save it. That is the reason it's not part of the snapshot.xml. See, I don't have any net policy, but in case with the security, I have that security policy which I created. So first action revert, we have proved that what is the function of it. See, ABC revert is there, but net is removed because of the ABC I have saved and net policy I did not save. That is the reason during the revert process it's go to the snapshot.xml. And the second action is the revert to the running config. So what I have to do, if I click to the running config, so in this case they will go to initial condition. Even my policy will also move. So let me show you that also in the action section. So now again that revert is moved, and now my security policy will also move, because now I am back on our running config during that process when we started the configuration, or I would say a last commit. I am on the running config. So now you will see that my policy is also removed. So in the previous sections, I roll back towards the last saved candidate configuration, and the second action I have moved to the last commit, means that running config. I removed everything on the candidate config. So these two actions are in the revert action. Now the second action will be the save config. Save. What is the save? So if you see save named configuration snapshot. So let's take as the save name config snapshot. If you see, by default we have some snapshots. So what I will, these are the candidate config. So now I will take as a backup. Now to create this, I will create a one more policy. Then I will take a backup of the particular policy. Then I will delete it, and I will restore that policy using the restore mechanism. So I can just quickly show you that. So save action, I would say save action test. Now the any will be the source and destination. So any and action. So now I have just created a save action test. So this policy I have created. Now I will take as a save named configuration snapshot. I will take it, and here we have options like what we have on the configuration, but this is the running configuration. To move this changing on this candidate configuration running.xml. So to move this on to make this changes on the running configuration, we have to commit it. After commit, it will go to the running configuration. Okay, so what we will do, we just do a quick commit, and after performing the commit, the changes which I have made on the policy section, this will become as a running configuration. Once that become a running configuration, I will delete that. First I will take a backup, then I will delete it, and I will create using the name snapshot. So basically this is the way to take a backup of your Palo Alto firewall. And we have another option also. Let's discuss that one also till this commit is running. So we have another option, save candidate configuration. So save candidate configuration, that if we made any changes and that changes we have not perform a commit, so that changes will be part as a running config. So that will, if let's say we have created one chain, and we did not perform a commit, so that changes will part as a candidate configuration. So to save that configuration, we have to use this save candidate configuration. So let's click on that. So what is saying, save save candidate configuration continue. I'll say okay. Now it is saving the candidate configuration and wait. Now they have saved it using the name also. So here these the save buttons, and here we have to load button. So let's do the commit. Let's check the status of the commit, what is happening. So once this commit will complete, and we'll remove the policy and we'll test it. So I think it is taking time. So let's discuss the other top topics of the Excel. So the other option is the revert to a running configuration. So this option restores the current running configuration. The operation undoes all the changes made to the candidate configuration after the last commit and restores the config.running. So which I have just discussed that. So this revert running configuration will make the configuration into previous running configuration. So after performing this, they load the running.xml to the processors, or to make this on the previous conditions. So let's say you have made, let's say on the 20th date, the firewall condition was fine, and 21 you face some issue. And so what you will do, you are on the 21st you are made some changes, but you have not performed the commit. So you have option to revert to the running configuration. So you will back to the 20th. So this is the very useful tool when you are working in the large organizations. So other is a save named configuration snapshot. This is the way to take a backup. This option create a candidate configuration snapshot that does not override the default snapshot. You enter custom name for snapshot or select an existing snapshot to override. So by default this snapshot.xml is there, but we can overdo it. We can do the overdo it, or we can create our own also. So save name configuration I will just create once my commit is done, and then I will take as a load action to do it. So still commit is running. Let's go the other. So other action as load named configuration snapshot. So custom named candidate configuration can be loaded. Custom named running configuration can be imported. So it means that now you take the backup, I would say, and you want to load it on the firewall. So you can do it using this tool, export device state. This option exports the firewall state information as a file. In addition to running configuration, the state information include device group and template settings, push from panorama. So basically the snapshots contains the few configurations, policies, net and other things. But in the real environment, if you want to take the backup and you are going to perform the any critical activity, so it is better to take this section. You have to work on this section. So first section, I would say that if you are going to perform any critical activity, you can take export device state. So now my export device state is downloaded on my laptop. So let's say this firewall got faulty and other thing, nothing you have to do. You just click on this import device and select browse it. Select the file where you want. We have placed that before just we downloaded it, the export snapshot. So this is the export snapshot. We just select it. So it will be come on exactly that situations where it was working. So by doing the export configurations, you are let's say you have any certificates, let's say you have your global protect configurations, let's say other configurations which will not part of your running configuration, because some configurations it will not come when you do only the snapshots configuration backup. So it is recommended to take the device state if you are going to perform any critical activities. So now we covered this, and let's say our commit is written. Now commit is completed. So now that policy we just created, it is a part of our running configuration. So I will take a backup and I will perform the commit again, and I will try to restore using the backup. So basically this snapshot process is it's a backup and restore process. I would say it is not like that. Let's say this is the save action test. I just deleted. Now let's say you deleted. I have to take a backup, then I will have to delete it. So let's say you in an environment you did this kind of mistake, then there is option revert the changes. If you undo the change, then whatever, let's say you mistakenly you deleted any policies or any objects, so you can undo the changes by clicking this revert. So just now I do a, let's say, yeah, this policies again come back. Now my agenda of this to take a one backup, and after taking the backup I will delete it the file. And now let's take this is the test backup. So I'm creating a save name configuration test backup. I have typed the custom name. Now this is save with the test backup, that is fine. And now even we have option to export this configuration also, export name same configuration. So what you can do, let's say you want to save your local machine to test, so test backup you can okay it. So now this file will download on your local machine. So it is downloaded. Yes, this is the way to take a backup. Now my agenda is now to delete this file, this policy I just created, and I will restore using the backup I just taken. So I just deleted, now deleted, and I will take a commit action or again, so that the changes will part of the running config, and then I will restore using the backup I just taken. So now the commit will take a few minutes to complete it, and after this commit will complete I will restore it. So this was a related video to where we have covered the revert, and the revert to the running configuration, save name configuration snapshots using the load named configuration snapshots, and the export devices state. So let's discuss few other things which is the part of also this operation. So export configuration version. So if by default firewall is also taking a backup of the configuration revision. If I click here export configuration revision, then what we can see, let's see, you will save multiple backups here. See, this is the number 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 70, and this is the date and time. So basically let's say in your firewalls last 10 days before, the firewall was working fine, and within a 10 days some configurations was happening obviously in your network. So you want to restore on the 10 days back, so you can do the also using this. If you click this, it will be download, and once you download you can import it and you can do it. Or there is another way, load configuration revision, load configuration versions. So if you see here, so by default before commit firewall take the snapshots of the running configurations, so that will show here load version. So this is the, I just show you the export section, and now this is the load sections. So using the export section you can download to your laptop or local machine, and load section you can make this configuration to push to your running configuration. Let's say if you need to select 16 and okay, so that on the 16 on the day and time, let's say for this example we can take one example to understand more. Let's say I would select this 17. So what happened, the firewall will be back to that condition on this date and time. So via this way you can roll back the changes to the previous dates. If you know that this date the firewall was working fine and now we face the issue, so using this way we can take it. Now let's check our, I think it will take a time. Yeah, it is a 50%, 55%. So once you perform the revert, load, commit, so that actions will show here. So it is not like that you just make the changes and it will immediately apply. So after you, let's say you perform any load actions or revert actions, you can check the task manager status also, because it is a very important that to check this status, because once this is completed then only the changes will take a effect. And this commit is taking time, but in the generally it will not take a more time because of the virtualization, and the server machines is having the less resources, it will take a time. So now we are going to complete it. 98% is done. Let's wait for a 1 minute more. So what I will do, I will restore with the backup we just taken using the snapshots. We can take the device, we can there is another way to do it. We can export this configuration also. There is an option, export device state. So we can restore using the export device state ways also, but let's explore these options. So it is now almost complete. It's 90%, so it is almost complete. So I was talking about you can do a restoration with this. Let's say you have to import it, and on import you can restore with the conditions. So it is almost complete. It will complete it. Now if you see that we don't have that policy, I can confirm it. And once I will take the confirmation, we'll try to restore the backup. Yeah, we don't have the policy, and now go to the device. Because I have that file on locally, so I will load from locally within the firewall only. I will not browse my local PC to push the backup. Now this is also complete, I believe. Yeah, load configuration revision. Here I will say what just we configured it, that test version. So this is the configuration revision which is not needed. We have to load the name, load named configuration, and he will reset the test backup. Okay, and we are loading that backup now. Configuration is being loaded. Please check task manager. You should reload the page when task is complete. Now the configurations snapshot vision part of the hard disk, it will load to the PCNSA running config, so that after loading the running config it will take the effect. Now load is completed, and if you see the policy, let's say, and once that load is completed you can verify with the task manager status. So every task like a revert and other things, it will show on the task status. Now you can see that save action test, it is not, the policy is there, and we have to do the changes, we have to do the commit, so that it will again part of the running configuration. So this was the video related to that configuration management options on the Palo Alto network. I hope you enjoy this video. Then if you enjoy this video, please like the video, and you can share with your friends, and please subscribe the Firewall Experts to stay connected with the new videos of firewalls. Thanks for watching Firewall Experts.